All right, let's get into it. Today we are cracking open the Gamelab console.
Yes, the one that's been all over social media feeds.
Exactly. The all-in-one portable dream console. That's what they call it.
It's pure catnip.
It really is.
Yes.
It promises access to, over 15,000 classic games, SNES, NES, PlayStation, PSP, and even N64. And our mission today is pretty simple, right? It's to figure out what's real and what's just, nostalgia bait.
Because that too good to be true, alarm starts ringing immediately.
It should be deafening.
So let's start with the hardware. On paper, what's supposed to be powering this dream machine?
Okay, so on paper, the components they look like what you'd expect for a budget emulator.
And that is?
You've got an RK3326 quad-core CPU. That's the engine, basically. Then there's 1 gig of RAM, little 3.5-inch screen, and a 3,200 milliamp battery.
So a pretty standard kit for something like this.
Standard, yes. But here's where it gets really interesting. When people started digging into who actually makes the Gamelab console.
What do they find? Well, the thing is, there is no Gamelab.
What do you mean?
It's a storefront. There's no official manufacturer. The community consensus is that it's a rebranded clone.
A clone of what?
A generic unit called the R36s. It looks like they're just bulk buying these things and, selling them at a huge markup.
Wow. Okay, so the hardware is a generic knockoff. What about that software, the 15,000 games?
Yeah, that's arguably the worst part.
How so?
Those games are almost certainly just unlicensed, downloaded ROMs.
Pirate games.
Pirated game files, yeah.
Yeah.
Dumped onto a cheap storage card. There is zero evidence that they hold any distribution rights for any of this. It's a massive legal red flag.
And I'm guessing that creates a technical mess for the person who buys it.
Oh, absolutely. Forget the legal side for a second. Users reported all kinds of issues. The card they ship it with is super glitchy.
So games just won't work.
Right. Saves fail. Games refuse to load. This is the kind of chaos you get with these massive unchecked game dumps.
And the buyer complaints don't stop there, do they? We saw reports of, super long shipping delays.
Or the console's just arriving broken. Unresponsive.
Right, and if that happens, there's no customer support to call.
Nope, it's non-existent.
So let's talk performance. How does that RK3D326 chip actually hold up?
It functions, okay-ish, but only for simple 2D games.
Like old NES or Super Nintendo stuff?
Exactly. But the second you try to push it into the 3D generation N64 PlayStation, that's where it completely falls apart.
It just can't handle it.
Not at all. Titles lag horribly or they don't run at all. Sometimes the whole device just freezes when you try to start a game.
Yeah.
The engine just isn't powerful enough for what they promised.
So what's the final verdict here? What does this mean for you if you're tempted by one of those ads?
I mean, the final assessment has to be that buying this is a gamble. It's a nostalgia bait package. Full stop, sold at a crazy markup.
It promises a world of retro gaming.
And it delivers a cheap, rebranded headache.
Is there any situation where it's worth it?
Okay, here's our big caveat. If you see it for under, say, $30, and you're the kind of person who is actually willing to tinker.
You mean, immediately replace the bad storage card and install new software yourself?
Right. If that's you, then maybe it's a cheap toy. But if you want something that just works, that has support.
You should skip it.
Skip it completely. Go look at a more reputable open source handheld instead.
So the key takeaway is that marketing can hide a lot of problems. What looks like a dream console can turn into expensive garbage pretty fast.
And that brings us to the final thought we want to leave you with.
Go for it.
You've learned to be skeptical of this one specific product. But the real question is, how do you apply this lesson to everything else, to all the other high-claim, low-detail products out there that are trying to weaponize your nostalgia?
A good lesson in questioning everything. We'll see you on the next deep dive.